I'm going to bring up a situation that has occurred in the state of Washington, or has been talked about a few times before. Skamania County in the state of Washington has a law that they passed in 1969, making it a felony to kill Bigfoot. That has been amended in 1984 to a gross misdemeanor. I tried for 2 days to get a hold of a legislator through email and be able to send them a package, but was unable to do so. It's like they're protected from the public. But anyway, maybe someone out here in the public has contact with a legislator that might think this is important. I know there's a report online of someone killing Bigfoot in another state. I don't think anybody in the state of Washington unless they're deranged, would want to kill a Bigfoot just to prove that they actually saw one. I think Bigfoot is more important than that. I looked at the law in Skamania County, made a couple of changes, and I'm going to read to you what's on the paper. I'm trying to copy it on the recorder at the same time. It may not be clear, but I'm hoping that it is. I'm not an attorney, so I don't know for sure how to make the heading correct, but any attorney in the state of Washington, I'm sure, can do that if we need to. State of Washington. Whereas there is evidence to indicate the possible existence in the state of Washington of a nocturnal primate animal, vicariously described as an ape-like creature or a subspecies of Homo sapien, and whereas both legend and purported recent sightings and spore support this possibility, and whereas this creature is generally and commonly known as a Sasquatch, Yeti, Bigfoot, or Giant Ape, Hairy Ape, and whereas publicity attendant upon such real or imagined sightings has resulted in an influx of scientific investigators, as well as casual hunters, many armed with lethal weapons. And whereas the absence of specific laws covering the taking of specimens encourages laxity in the use of firearms and other deadly devices and pose a clear, and we'll go to a second tape. And present threat to the safety and well-being of persons living or traveling within the boundaries of the state of Washington, as well as to the creatures themselves. Therefore, be it resolved that any premeditated, willful, and wanton slaying of any such creature shall be deemed a felony, punishable by a fine not to exceed $10,000, and or imprisonment in jail for a period of not to exceed 5 years. It is further resolved that the situation existing constitutes an emergency, and as such, this law is effective immediately upon passage. That is what I wrote. It's close to what they have in Skamania County. I think the state of Washington needs such a thing. I'm sure that most hunters would agree to that law. I'm sure that animal rights activists would agree. I'm sure that most people in the state of Washington who believe or even think they believe in Bigfoot would agree. Why would any person want to kill such a specimen if found? So if anybody out there in the listening state of Washington thinks this is correct, Send me a text. Make a comment. Maybe you don't agree. Let me know that too. I think it is time that we protect Bigfoot statewide, not just one county. As far as I can find, there is no specific law protecting Bigfoot. If I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect, then let me know. Or, if we can't get the legislature to do it, then let's get it put on the ballot by doing a petition statewide. I just wanted to put this thought out there for all of you to see what you think. Thank you for your time. Jim Flint.